Hi, my name is Felice and I'm the Happy Star Wars Guy. Today we're going to talk about the Darksaber. As you all know, if you've been following my YouTube channel, I've talked about the Darksaber showing up in The Mandalorian in the last episode of The Mandalorian. And we know now that Mandalorian Season 2 is going to have Ahsoka. It's going to have more Mandalorians. IMB, Internet Movie Database, has Boba Fett showing up, and some other Mandalorians. Bo, that we've seen work with Ahsoka, as well as Sabine Wren. I would not be surprised if Sabine Wren shows up in The Mandalorian, since Sabine and Ahsoka were at the end of Star Wars Rebels going out to seek Ezra, and this would all coincide really well. But the focus is the Darksaber for today, and not my weird thoughts on The Mandalorian Season 2. So the Darksaber, from what we know in canon, was, and if you go to episode 15 of season 3 of Star Wars Rebels, which you can find on Disney Plus, or you can rent or buy the episode on Amazon Prime, season 3, episode 15, we get the backstory of the Darksaber. Earlier in the series, we have an episode where Darth Maul leads the team, the Phoenix team, to get the Darksaber. Sabine Wren gets the Darksaber. Kanan really thinks that she needs to learn how to wield it as a Mandalorian, since it was a lightsaber built for a Mandalorian, and they end up teaching Sabine how to wield a lightsaber, because the Darksaber is a lightsaber, but it was a lightsaber that was created by Tar Vizsla, who is the first Mandalorian ever inducted into the Jedi Order. And for about 1,000 years, that's how long it's been around. And for a short while, the Jedi Temple had the Darksaber after Tar Vizsla had passed away, and the clan Vizsla ended up breaking into the temple and taking the Darksaber. And at that point, the Darksaber ended up being on Mandalore and promoting peace and prosperity, and it became a image of notary and power, and whoever had it pretty much led the Mandalorians until they ended up going into this time of peace. The Darksaber kind of ended up losing its quote-unquote magic for the group, and we all know, if you watch Clone Wars, that Satine ends up ruling Mandalore, and they end up struggling with the clan of Vizsla, who turns out to be the notable gang called Death Watch. And Vizsla tries to instill Mandalorian as the warrior group, and Satine wants to try to bring Mandalorian to a more peaceful kind of family environment, and that all goes awry. We learn Satine dies. Mandalore ends up getting overtaken by Darth Maul. Darth Maul ends up killing the last Vizsla to acquire the Darksaber. That's where the Darksaber ends up going into the hands of the Night Sister witches, and it ends up on Darthmere, where in episode 11 or 12 of Star Wars Rebels, they go to retrieve it. So at that point, Sabine Wren gets the Darksaber, learns how to wield it, but ends up passing it on to Bo. Bo is the last person we know who had the Darksaber, and Bo tried to restore peace on Mandalore, and we have a lot going on, because if you watched the last season of the Clone Wars, we see Ahsoka, we see the Battle of Mandalore, we see Bo there. We see a lot going on, and I anticipate in the next Mandalorian we'll get some flashbacks, as well as some really good Mandalorian action along with some Jedi action. Because I really think that in season 2 of The Mandalorian, we're really going to see an evolution of who the child is, and where the child came from, and if there are any more of the child, and what's going on with that. And we're going to see this huge tie-in with the Empire and the Mandalorians, because as we know from Mandalorian, Mandalore was overtaken by the Empire, and that's when Gideon acquires a Darksaber during the siege. And so we ended the Mandalorian with this tension between an individual who sieged Mandalore and took the Darksaber, the Mandalorian understanding the importance of it likely, and if he doesn't, he's going to learn about it within the first episode or two. But there was a brief history of the Darksaber. The canon has a lot more, and you can find it on Wikipedia, but focused on the fact that it showed up in a live-action TV series along with all of these other cartoon series that ends up being what we call canon. I thought it was fun to explore and remind you all of the long history of the Darksaber and why it's important, and why it's really cool. And I hope you're as excited as I am to be in October and see the Mandalorian series 2. Certainly with all the pandemic stuff going on, it's fun to revisit all of the prior episodes and stories, and digging into audiobooks, really using the time wisely. And if you haven't, revisit the Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars series. You can go to Wikipedia. I'll put up the link in the comments, and they'll have links to all the different episodes that Darksaber showed up in, and you can go back and watch those yourself. And if you find something new, share it in the comments. I would love that. If this is your first time watching, please like and subscribe, and check out the other videos that I've done. This is roughly my year anniversary, and I've been doing this, so thank you for being here and tuning in, and I hope you continue to enjoy these as much as I continue to enjoy sharing them. Have a great week, and may the Force be with you.